folks, something a little different. We're going on a tour here and we're going to go look at a 4-post hoist. Something a little different. I kind of want to replace that 2-post I have at the far side of the shop because I enjoy that wildfire lift so much. I actually just want to put a second hoist in there. This one's a little, it's an interesting hoist, so to say. A little beat up, but I think it'd be a good one for the corner there, just for some random stuff, or to park things. I don't know. I don't know. I just really like my drive-ons now. So we got the 2-post over on the far side, or where I'm working, so I'm really happy with that. So I don't know. Anyways, we're looking at a hoist, and well, we'll show it to you when we get there. We're all loaded up in the International, and we got the big goose on there. So hopefully, if everything works out, this thing fits in there, fits on it. It's actually all assembled and ready to rock right now. It probably need a little bit of work, but shouldn't be too bad. Well, folks, what we got here is another 4-post hoist. A little different. It's gonna need a bit of work because I don't know exactly what's different about this one. Like, I have the plates, we got the pack. I guess the place, like this fella got it and he didn't like how much room it was taking. It's got a goofy thing up top, and I guess what that was is the people before him had it anchored to a wall, and then I guess typically because 4-post hoists always kind of wiggle around, it looks like they had welded some strapping to everything to try to keep everything pretty rigid without actually bolting it to the floor, I guess is the reasoning for it. The weird part, but I think is really cool, is this part. I didn't understand what it was, but it's actually there's like 2 scissor lifts. Now I don't know if they actually work, so we'll have to go through everything and check everything over, but our first step is we're gonna have to get this sucker off the truck. It was a heck of an endeavor to get it on, I'll tell you that. Get a bobcat and he lifted it up and then kind of pushed it on. Now we can't quite lift just off the table because then all the legs, the uprights want to flop around and do stuff. So unless I can get it like crisscross it might be good, but I got to stop away from this thing coming up and anchoring these to this part, because then I could just lift this sucker up. Anyways, we're going to try to figure this out. I'm going to kind of plop it down here. My goal is actually to put it in this side of the shop and take that orange lift out, like I said, and put it in the little garage over there. Alrighty, I don't know if I've actually started this video, but anyways, if you don't know, I toasted the tranny in here. Well, it decided to Chernobyl itself, so it's got reverse, but it's got no other gears. So I pulled one out of the shed. Unfortunately, I have no short shaft. Everything's the 9-inch, not the 6-inch. So the drive shaft I originally made for Rolly's car is probably gonna work. I don't know. So it's shorter than the one I got. So this one's a couple inches shorter than the one that's in the car currently. So I think we're gonna be okay. So you watch me outside. I basically before I pressure washed it and then I just lasered it. It was just a really dirty tranny. And I pressure washed, it was probably good enough. I didn't go like crazy with the laser. I think I spent maybe 5 minutes at it, just trying to get the worst. Anything that's on here now is dry sputs, if that makes sense. It's not like an oily mess that it was. It's got a rubber gasket, but I noticed there was like tons of silicone all the way around the whole darn thing. Like obviously somebody over tightened it or something happened, it leaked. I might just pull the pan off, see what's going on there. And then we're pretty much ready to swap. I was kind of waiting for Ryder to come by because I was going to get him to pull the transmission out of there so that we could smash this one back in. And I got to do a wheel alignment on it, and then I think that thing's good to boogie again. Just randomly been getting like some wheel hop, but I'm guessing the tires are starting to get old. And when we looked at it, I had too much toe in on it, and I probably had it since I built it. I don't know why, but now it's just starting to do the old hop. So I can't see anything's changed, nothing's worn out in the front end, so it's must be the wheel alignment must be doing that, and the tires are just grabbing a little more, and then at higher speed it just starts shimmying and shaking. So we got to get that back to whatever it is, about an 1/8, 16th, kind of toe it in, and then we should be good from there. Anyways, that's our first job on the new hoist here. We're going to do that because I am definitely having a hard time and a little burned out with that thing, trying to get that top working. I don't know where we're at. Kind of jumped all over the place. Anyways, I think I was mentioning, that was like a week ago now.
Yeah,
we picked this
somewhere
up,
there.
We brought this in. I think I left off where I put my T on it.
I think so.
Probably have a little bit of footage of Ryder swapping the transmission, so that's done.
Yep.
So essentially we got a new 4-post, and I don't know, well, new, used.
New to you.
Yes. I think it's, I don't know, it's good. It's good for lighter stuff. I don't know if I want to put anything heavy. I think this is supposed to be actually anchored to the ground, is the actual intention of it. I bought it, somebody I guess did have it freestanding, so they had all the straps welded to the bottom, and then they had a beam, a really ugly beam when you first seen it come in across the front. I realized what that beam is because the top, this thing's top heavy, and it wants to, when it's freestanding it's good, but when it lifts it kind of wants to come out, so I put a beam in there. I guess the other folks that had it, they had it bolted to a wall, so I'm gonna add some more gussets in there yet, but I'm just working on some light stuff, so it doesn't really do much of anything, but I'm pretty happy with it. Oh yeah, That's the other cool part about it. It actually has, so it's like a traditional four-poster where you drive on, but instead of a center jack, it has two side jacks, which I thought were pretty cool till I threw this car up on here and realized it doesn't actually
It's not
fit.
very wide.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it'd be awesome. I'll do that. And I look at I'm like, oh, it doesn't fit.
No.
But that's all right. Whatever. I'll probably just add some doodads to it so that I can string some beams across if I'm doing something like this car. But
Yeah.
it, everything about it needs some TLC. It's like somebody else said they were looking at the hoist and it looked hammered out. And I'm like, I think every used hoist I've ever looked at looks completely hammered out. So
Right.
it's not without its problems. Like the locks are all manual, so you have to manually unlock them to go up, manually unlock them to go down. I want to change that. Some of the mechanisms are kind of screwy, so I think I'm going to just set it up so it's like the wildfire lift, where you just have a single beam and it just does all the locks. So.
Yeah.
'Cause I think the original design had went off of here or something. But
Get behind you.
none of the bits work. The arms all go, they're fine, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool. New to me. I don't know. I just had that lift. I did some work with it, and it's been the best thing ever. So
Yeah.
I had that two-poster over here, and we were actually I've already thrown it out, but it's gonna go over to the other shop there, the old shop. That's where our son's actually working in, so
Yeah.
I don't, it seems rude that he's not working in here, but it's because he's always working on modern junk, and then with work, he'll come and then he'll abandon it for weeks on end. So then I'm like, you know what, why don't you put it over there? Because then I don't have to look at your modern junk.
But in
sitting
the
in
winter,
corner.
we'll allow him back in here.
The other one all works.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually, it was fine for us, and for him, if he works at it on the weekends or does
Yeah.
whatever he does, it's a good setup. You can at least abandon things.
Yeah.
So anyways, and then some folks always said, why don't you use that as a paint booth? And it's like, it's not that great. Like, it's not that sealed up, and I don't know. Here won't be bad. I think when it comes to shoot that, I'm just gonna tape a bit of poly to the roof. Or the way I'm seeing it with the flies, everything, I think I want to be able to drive that thing this year a bit. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till this, probably this winter I'll paint it. I want to get it in primer. I want to get the top done.
Yeah.
I want to get
The upholstery.
Yeah, I want to at least get the seat done and
Yeah.
then drive it this fall a little bit, get any quirks out, because then I'd like to paint it, and then maybe we do some stuff this winter where we kind of do some road trips down south somewhere. Would be kind of
Sounds
cool.
Good. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Anyways, this is new in the back corner if you've seen. So like I say, right, we got the tranny out, that's in. Unfortunately, this is a 9-inch tailstock, so I got to, we got to shorten the drive shaft, stick it in there, and then I want to do a wheel alignment, and then this thing's good to go again.
Cool.
It kind of evolved a little bit of wheel hop, and I realized the tire wear was always weird to me, but I thought it was because the axle had a little bit of on it. I don't know if you can actually see it if you stare at it.
Let's go look.
A buddy of mine had dropped this one, and he did it according to the way Ford said, and I don't know if you can see on film that they actually go like that. I always assumed that's why my tires were wearing on the side, but it's because I have way too much toe in. I won't admit how much. I got way too much. And it's probably been since day one. Everything else is tight in the suspension, so it's like, it must be. And I guess the tires are just getting older, so now they're actually starting to grab instead of wearing, and it's causing some hop. So
Yeah.
in the future,
Fix her up and get her back out.
yeah, and in the future I actually want to build almost the same car, but I want it to be like a more of a road trip car. Like, that's what that T is going to be. It'll be almost 100% similar to this car, but I want to do it with an LS 60E, a more cushy interior. like
You've been
air
talking
conditioning,
about this for a long
stuff like that
time.
would be.
Yep.
I love this car.
Yeah,
but
you
you
do.
You don't love it for long trips.
It is not comfortable for me.
I think
No.
it's the most comfortable thing ever.
That's because you're a foot taller than me. Your comfort level and mine are two completely different things. Anyways.
I think by now our second video is probably out on my top, and we're making progress.
Yes.
We'll kind of veer away from that. Anyways, we got this one back in. Ryder helped me last night. We changed the spring out. We're running, I think, about 10 pounds, just 10, maybe a little over 10 pounds boost. So it's getting close to where I think it's fun, like getting more fun. But some folks actually sent us some stuff. I don't know who. We got a few things, and I don't know. There was one feller that was chatting with me, and I thought maybe you were the same feller. So I don't know who this one is. This is like somebody sent it from eBay. Well, anyways, long story short, we got a set of marker lights.
Yes.
And Mari also sent us a set.
You got two sets?
So we have a spare set now.
Pablo's
So-
waiting for his mail.
Thank you everybody who sent this.
Thank you very much.
We're going to be swapping that out right away and actually taking it to our first little show
Yep.
tonight.
Tonight,
That's the
little
plan there.
show in town.
Yeah. And then over here, I pre-opened it, but it just says Halfass Kustoms, Pablo and Buddy. So
And I feel like Pablo knows this is his mail.
he thinks all mail is his.
I know.
But there's no note in it, so whoever sent this, thank you very much. There's actually like 2 sets of these little pigtails
Oh, wow.
that I need for my truck there.
Awesome.
And for you, a little treaty treat.
Always. He's always.
And the flies are out in full force now.
Yeah, they are.
That one's definitely buzzing around. You want to try one of those?
Wow. Happy puppy.
Ooh, Speedway.
I'm not sure what to do with that one. You
All
figure
right,
it
well,
out,
I gotta go to the
Pablo.
car because we got some more different cement. I don't remember what it was called, but we got a better glue to use for the top. So,
Yeah.
and we have better plans how to make it work. Coolio.
Keep trying till you get it right.
Yeah, we're gonna go grab some of that stuff. I don't know if anybody hasn't seen anybody like, I think it's Chevelle. We got a buddy of mine who's gonna be doing a little bit of work on his car in here. So
Oh, yeah.
gonna see, I think some people will dig it. I think he's doing some disc brakes, doing a few things. Yeah, stickers.
Aw. We got lots of room for stickers.
Anyways, let's go show him the car there really
Yeah,
quick.
for sure.
Have Ryder outside
Ryder's
He's
doing
whacking
some
some-
yard work.
doing some yard work, paying for some parts. His four-wheeler, I don't know if we've ever mentioned it, his four-wheeler is running, working. It's out there.
Finally.
Finally. Yeah, it is Chevelle.
It is indeed.
You have some, there'll be some of that. I know it's gonna get disc brakes. I think it's getting a 383. I think he
Hi,
was
buddy.
gonna do. I think it's gonna get some aftermarket EFI. He's gonna throw that in. So I don't know. You'll kind of see that in the background, getting a little bit of work done.
Yep.
I'll be poking in, see what he's doing.
Yep.
It's even got the
Let's get a look inside here.
super sweet swivel buckets.
What? I want one of those.
You don't remember those? I think the old Monte Carlos and some of the vans had them and stuff.
I've seen them before. I've just never owned anything with them. They're awesome.
Anyways, I'm getting back in. I'm going to switch out some marker lights on the 54. These
Give
guys.
Buddy a
Old
treat.
Buddy wants a treat. We're going to
Yep.
give him a little treat. And
I will.
maybe we'll have a little bit of footage from the car show tonight there.
Yeah, I will let you get back to work.
Alrighty, later.
Later.
You want a big one of these? There you go. Oh, it's not what you wanted, eh? No, that's all it is. You think they're chewy treats. They're not. They're like work treats.
Our dogs don't do well with work treats.
Oh no, they're, yeah. Well, they do. Once they realize there's nothing else to have, all over it.
Well,
You're hot, eh? All right.
Pablo's giving it another try too. They'll figure it out. See? Pablo, do what Buddy's doing.
He was.